And now, many of you yesterday followed it live. On February the 6th, the Pope received the participants in the General Assembly in a private audience. Here you can see some images. Maria Voce was welcomed with deep affection by Pope Francis, who introduced him to the new president, Margaret Karam, who thanked the Holy Father. The Pope, to encourage the journey of the Focolari, offered some reflections, which he expressed in 3 points. So the points: how to face the time post-Foundress, the importance of crises in life, and living the spirituality with consistency and realism. We'll see a few extracts from the Pope's talk.
The post-founder period, 12 years after Chiara Lubich left for heaven, you are called to overcome the natural bewilderment and also a decrease in numbers, in order to continue to be a living expression of the founding charism. It is a question of remaining faithful to the original source, striving to rethink it and express it in dialogue with the new social and cultural situations. This attitude of openness and dialogue will help you to avoid any self-absorption. This avoidance of all self-absorption, which never comes from the good spirit, is our hope for the whole Church. To be aware of self-centeredness, which always leads to defending the institution to the detriment of individuals, and which can also lead to justifying or covering up forms of abuse. Instead, it is better to be courageous and to face problems with parousia and truth, always following the indications of the Church, which is Mother, the true Mother, and responding to the demands of justice and charity. The second theme I would like to propose to you is the importance of crisis. You cannot live without crisis. Crises are a blessing. Every crisis is a call to new maturity. Today, there is much emphasis on the importance of resilience in the face of difficulties. That is, the ability to face them positively, drawing opportunities from them. It is the duty of those with responsibilities at all levels to work to address community and organizational crises in the best, most constructive way. On the other hand, the spiritual crisis of individuals, which involve the intimacy of the individual and the sphere of conscience, must be dealt with prudently by those who do not hold positions of governance at all levels within the movement. And this has been a good rule of the Church since time immemorial, which applies not only to moments of crisis in people, but also in general to their accompaniment in the spiritual journey. It is that wise distinction between the external and internal forum that the experience and tradition of the Church teaches us and is indispensable. Finally, the third point, living spirituality with consistency and realism. The final aim of your charism coincides with the intention presented to the Father in his final great prayer, that all may be one, united. With regard to acting outside the movement, I encourage you to be witness of closeness with fraternal love that overcomes every barrier and reaches every human condition. With regard to your effort within the movement, I urge you increasingly to promote synodality, so that all members, as depositories of the same charism, may be co-responsible for and participate in the life of the work of Mary and its specific goals. Thank you so much for your joyful witness to the Gospel that you continue to offer to the Church, and to the world.
A really extraordinary gift which we'll be able to go in depth with and go back to. But at the moment now, I'd like to ask Margaret a question that many of us who were able to follow yesterday, there were moments of dialogue with the Holy Father. What did you say to one another?
It's not a secret. So we were with Maria Voce and Jesus Moran, and we wanted also to offer to the Holy Father a small gift. So we gave him an envelope for his poor people and a plant, that one of the olive tree. And Maria Voce said to him, this plant, this is also the symbol of peace. We are just at the beginning. This is a small plant. We will grow. And he looked at me and said, touching the plant like this, in this way, touching the soil. This plant, because I also said, Holy Father, this plant could also be a sign of peace. Also because in this assembly, we talk of integral ecology. And so with this plant, this is like our symbol of our commitment. And he said, this plant, you should give water. You should nourish it. And then he touched the little branches. And then you have to prune. So courage. Ahead, go ahead. So it was a very beautiful moment. It was very profound, very deep. We have to understand how to nourish it and to prune. And it was also a joy that the Pope had created each one of us, because in that greeting, I was moved really. No, it was not foreseen. He had to go out already, but then there he saw the whole world representing each one. Each one was able to say what each one has in his or her heart. And he was assuring them, encouraging each one. Because at times we were also happy. And he was also joking. But then the mate, like in the Argentine. It was a very family meeting. I hope that it was also our desire that to be able to give joy to the Pope. We hope that we were able to give him joy.
Thank you, Margaret.